Annyeonghaseyo! Welcome to Afternoona Delight, where Leah, Megan, and Amy, romance novelists, and your K-romance guides. So grab some dekboki and listen to your new favorite unnies.
Hey everybody, it's Leah Riley.
Hello, it's Megan.
Hi there, it's Amy.
So we are on the eve of a big day. By the time you hear this, it'll all be over. But tomorrow is BTS ticket buying day for their
Pre-sale
tour.
day. Yeah.
Pre-sale day. Whatever.
Day one of the
Yeah.
pre-sale.
Army pre-sale day one.
And then there's Army detail. Yeah, we're going Friday as well for depending on the city. So it's really just an extravaganza.
Yeah, it's just that's what we're gearing up for right now. Our minds are a little divided because we are thinking about that. And I'm also bracing, FYI, for a snowstorm that's supposed to hit this weekend. That's supposed to be like, it's supposed to dump like 2 feet on us. We in a Patreon live one time, we had a Patreon, shout out to you. She is from New Zealand. And she was like, I've never seen snow. And so if it does snow 2 feet, I will have to pop in Patreon and be like, here you go, everyone. This is what it looks like, and it's not fun. It's not fun at all. I think my husband was going to get more shovels today. More snow shovels.
How many shovels can you use at a time, though?
That's why I was like, I don't know why we need more shovels. To be honest, though, like, this is the thing. If you live in Pennsylvania, like I do, the shovels that have like the bent handle are like all the rage now because they're not as hard on your back. So he might have went and gotten more of
those
like,
are also supposed to help you keep from having a heart attack when you
that would also be great.
Yeah.
We do not have a snow blower. We are not snow blow people. I don't know, maybe a neighbor will snow blow for us if it's in actuality 2 feet, because that's crazy. So anyway, I'll let you, by the time this airs, I'll have let everyone know. So, but today we are very excited. This is something that at least I have been wanting.
Can I segue?
Yeah, go ahead. Go.
It might be blizzarding outside.
Oh,
but it's an inferno on the podcast.
Ooh.
That's so good.
That was so seamless.
Thank you.
Look, Singles Inferno, I'm speaking for myself, is going to get me every time. I'm sorry. Even though season 4 was a little bit of a dud, I don't care.
It was a lot of a dud.
It was a lot of a dud. But as soon as they announced season 5, I was like, I will be there with bells on. Like I can't quit you, Singles Inferno. I can't quit you.
Nor should we.
Right?
And we're just here to talk about episode 1. We should let everybody know. This is just episode 1.
Yeah, before we get started, we are only talking about episode 1. We're just doing a reaction to episode 1. I have not watched further. I will probably tomorrow because I'm super eager because I'm excited about the singles, whatever, which we'll get to. But I guess, first of all, were you two, like, when they announced Singles Inferno 5, were you like, hell yeah? Or were you like, I guess I'll do it again?
I was like, I guess I'll do it again.
I was like, I wasn't a hell yeah. I was like, and I wasn't, I guess. I think I was like a cheerful, of course I'm going to watch. And I just want to say, because I have to be the most careful here, I sat down to turn it on last night to do my homework, which was going to be watch episode 1 for the reaction video. I am now closing out episode 4. I just sat down and just Pac-Man. I like once it got its hooks in me.
I thought only 3 came out. There were 4?
There are 4.
Yeah. Once its hooks got in me, it was all over.
See, that's what it does. That's the beauty and power of Singles Inferno.
I will say, if I had the time to keep going, I would have. Like, I really
I
enjoyed
am also going to
episode 1.
say I made bad choices. Let me just underline and stress that. This is not a time I should be watching 4 episodes of Singles Inferno. I'm barely hanging on to life as it is and managing ticketing. But bad choices were made. Mea culpa.
Mm-hmm.
We move on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I threatened Leah, if she gives me spoilers, I'm gonna hurt her.
None from me.
Because I this is the thing I really do like about Singles Inferno. is that it's not. I don't think Singles Inferno is scripted. I really don't. Do I think they have an idea of where the show is going? Yes. So I like it that I really can't predict things. There's not like there's not a predictable storyline. There's not like story beats that like I feel like I can predict a story. I have no freaking idea. So I love finding out like not
Really though,
always
I would say that's where it's been the last couple of seasons.
true.
I would say from episode 1, I could tell you how the whole thing went, and I would be like 90% correct. But no more. I think now we're back into an area where it's going to be unpredictable and fun.
I mean, just my first impression of the singles, like I don't know where this is gonna go. I don't, because I got a feel for like their first impressions were so much different than what they actually
Yes.
showed me.
Yep.
And
That's
which
good.
is
And I'm
always
going to say that's
exciting.
good editing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about first impressions, and I guess especially for Leah, try to remember like your first impression, not like how you feel about them now. Okay.
Yep.
Which I know is hard.
Well,
But
I think one thing that's good is the person who I liked from Jump is
yeah.
still my favorite.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So I am going to and again, this is we're only talking about the first episode. There are spoilers for the we're talking about the full first episode,
Right.
but that's it. So if you watch the first episode, want to hang with us as we just talk about the first episode and give a reaction, that's what's happening today.
And
So I'm
really,
gonna
really
yeah.
quick before we start, can we just like give a little overview? If you're listening and you have not watched
Oh.
any Singles Inferno before, like let everybody know what it is. And it's a reality dating show. But the beauty of it is that our singles are dropped off on a remote island, like just off the coast of, Korea, South Korea. And I mean, literally, they give you like an aerial shot of the island. It's a tiny fucking island. Like there is nothing there. I mean, they obviously build it out. Like they have living quarters. They have like, you know, internal plumbing and stuff like that. But for the most part, they're just stuck on this island. And when you pair up with somebody, like when you match, you get to go off the island to the hotel paradise, which Leah, you said it's like right by Incheon Airport, right?
Well, it's not so well.
Or you saw it from Incheon, like when you were
Yes. So
landing. Okay.
originally it was branded Paradise City Complex. Through multiple iterations of the show, they've gotten different brand deals. And I've always been curious because they still refer to it as Paradise, but they are no longer going to #Paradise Hotel, even this
Okay.
episode. That's something I actually wanted to talk about today. 'Cause
So
I
like
nerded
what is
out.
the hotel called?
Right now, this time, because they've been at different hotels the last, like, pretty much, I think, since season 2, I think they've been going to different hotels. This time it is Inspire. It is Inspire Entertainment Resort because they keep showing the branding of it a lot. And so I looked it
So
up.
I did not even know that it was a different hotel every season. I had no idea.
Ooh, so yeah, so Paradise is just getting free branding, even though they're marketing like different hotels. Because that's why they
Right.
had to go into the city. Like they were flying into the city. Maybe last episode or last season, they were like going all the way into Seoul and staying at like Banyan or something. It was like one of the Seoul hotels. And so now they're back in Incheon, and they're at one of these like mega resort complexes. But it's not it's not actually Paradise.
But there is a hotel called Paradise.
And that was the original hotel. And now
Okay,
they just refer to it as Paradise. And that's what I think is funny from like a branding perspective. They're not like, go get inspired. They're like Paradise. And I'm like,
right.
ooh.
You're either in Inferno or you're in Paradise.
Yes. And there was
Okay.
an actual hotel Paradise, but they are no longer going to that Paradise. This trip, it's Inspire. We're back in Incheon. We're back in one of these like mega resort complexes. It's not, I mean, I think if I was,
There's more than one resort complex like this. Like, good God.
Yeah.
This one is like maybe the nicest one yet, though. Like it's like mega rooms. Like, and then like, so it's got the little personal pool and jacuzzi thing, but then it's got like the dining room. It's got the bedroom. It's like, it's massive.
It is. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go through the singles in the order of well, actually no, let's first mention the host, because one of the reasons we love this show so much is that there's a panel of hosts that essentially watch the show with us. Like they are not hosts that are like on the island, like they they're basically watching the show as we're watching the show and reacting to it, and we love it so much. So probably our favorite host is Dex. Dex is from season 2. He's a star. He's probably
He
the
was
one.
a contestant in
Yeah,
season 2.
he was
And
a
now he's a
contestant.
host.
I mean, there have been several Singles Inferno like singles that have really like had a career then off of it. There have been some that have starred in dramas, but I would hazard to say that Dex probably is the one who like leveraged his fame the best. He's like freaking everywhere. He's also hosting a boxing reality show called I Am Boxer that is either out right now or it's coming out. So he's doing great. There's Kyu Hyun. He's from Super Junior. Han Hae, which I'm not sure where he's from.
He's a rapper.
And then the last host is Lee Da-hee, and she's an actress. She was in Mr. Plankton, actually. She was in the first episode. That is who.
She was funny.
Yeah, she was great. She was great.
Did you said the other female host?
I did. Oh,
okay.
Yeah, Jin Kyung. Oh, I'm sorry, Jin Kyung. Yeah, she's a comedian. Okay, so the very first single that we meet is Yoon Hyun-jae. So according to him, he gets asked for his number a lot, and women chase him. And again, this
Their
is like
intros are so funny.
There are. I mean, this is just like his intro, and because we actually in episode 1, this is all we get from him. We like know nothing about. Like he's almost he has like no dialogue. He's given 0 screen time in episode 1,
except for when he's introduced. That's
except
it.
when he's introduced.
Yeah,
he's incredibly attractive.
Very cute. Very cute.
Dex says he has broad shoulders. And so my first impression of him was just like, okay, he's attractive and he plays sports. But like, you know, I don't know anything else about him.
I was gonna say I have no impression.
Yeah.
Other than like, you know, good face card, but other than that, like I will say what got me from the start though, like I get asked out a lot, women come to me all the time, blah blah blah. That sets the tone for me of like, okay, so we're gonna have like just a handful of like fucking cocky people.
Right.
And I was wrong. It wasn't all like that. So I will say, like I was happy that impression.
I think this is the script too. I mean, some of it is cultural. Some of it is like, this is the point. Like you show up to be like, I'm a baddie.
Yeah, I'm a baddie, right? It's true.
But I'm always just like trying to imagine being like, I'm so fine that they called me the goddess at school. I was one of the 3 hottest girls at my school. Just FYI.
And for me, I'm just like, there's nobody relatable. Like when you're talking to me like that, like I'm not like, and that's not what they're going for. They're going for, I'm hot shit. I'm going to win. You know, I'm going to go home with somebody from the show. Like they're all going to want me. But yeah, that's why I tend, and we'll get there. Like I tend to like the people who are a little bit less full of themselves.
Yeah. Him, I don't know. I don't know. I thought he was just like, okay. I don't know.
It was fine.
As I say, I don't really have an opinion on him in particular because he did nothing.
And they always have like some like I feel like at the beginning of every season, there's just some people that they're just kind of like, and there's that guy.
Yeah, and he reminded me of contestants we've had in the past that are like really pretty to look at, but they aren't like giving me anything. And my first impression is that's him, but he could surprise me in future episodes. I don't know. The next one is Song Sung-il. He is described as very competitive. We talked a little bit. He has very thick hair.
That's all I can think about.
His hairline is so low. And I'm not like making fun of his looks. It's just he has a shocking amount of hair on his scalp. It's true.
So I have something to say about him.
Yeah.
This is my favorite.
What?
This is my top tier from jump. From the moment he walked out.
Same.
Favorite.
Same. Oh my God. I was a little worried because before we started recording, you were like, I'm not saying anything else about him. And I was like, is he a dick? God damn it. Because he's my favorite. He is my favorite. He's got this like, first of all, I would say facial feature wise, like he's my type. And then I liked his personality, we didn't get tons from him, but we got enough that I thought at the beginning, 'cause he didn't seem like super full of himself, meaning like his like looks wise. He was just like, "Hey, I really like sports and I'm competitive." I'm like, "All right, dude, cool. All right, that's something about you." I mean, is it super unique? No, but okay.
Here's what I like. I always like the person who gets to it.
Yeah.
And so after they do their introductions and stuff, like there's always some people that just kind of like get to settling in and
Mhm.
just like there's something maybe like innate provider wise. I like seeing somebody that just like comes in and they kind of like they just get to it. Like
Yeah.
they're like I've always liked the feeders or the cleaner. Like, I just like the people that get in there and get to it. But he from the moment he walked out, I was like, he's the cutie to me for sure.
He got me. Okay, so the minute that we're gonna get to like when they have to like eat lunch, but this is gonna sound really stupid, maybe, but the minute they showed him cleaning up from because he had cut the carrots, and they showed him kind of like flicking the water off the knife and then putting the knife in the knife block, I was like, why is that hot? Like, why is that hot? He got me. He's my favorite from episode 1.
Compared to some others who we're gonna get to,
Yeah.
who did not add a lot of value to that lunch,
Right.
he was there making sure
He
that,
did.
like,
He got to work.
that's
Absolutely.
that's the alpha. He's got the fanny pack with the snacks.
I think he does. I think he does. Yeah.
That's funny that he's both your favorites. I don't dislike him by any means, but I don't know if I actually have a favorite yet.
That's fair.
But we'll see.
He was like my
Yeah.
runaway favorite, but
Oh my
only,
gosh.
like, not
No.
even doing anything. I'm not like spoilering it. Like he walked out and I was like, that guy.
That's so crazy because I thought the same thing. And basically, they immediately when they showed because so this is the thing about Singles Inferno, is they do this montage. Like they're like, I'm such and such. This is who I am, and they have like a little interview as they do that for every contestant. And it was like as soon as they had like the modeling part where they were like taking photos of him, and he just has this very intense look, and I like it. He's up my alley.
He carries himself well.
Carries
He
himself
does.
well. I liked how he was dressed. He was okay. You guys know how I feel about sandals. He wasn't wearing sandals. He wasn't the only one, but he was not wearing sandals. He was wearing proper dress shoes, really nice. Like, I really liked the like wide leg slacks he had on with a belt. And then this like, he looked good. I was like,
He
all right,
looked good.
Sunil.
And he looked nice. Like he just looked kind.
Did. He did.
This is just gonna be a
This is so funny to me. That like you guys
And,
are
well, I
so
mean,
in on him
again,
like,
it's
after one episode. Yeah.
It's one episode.
I mean, I
but-
know Leah's watched a lot more, so she's got a
no,
lot
but
more
I'm
to
not bringing that to the table. I'm
No, I
saying
know,
from
I know.
jump, Sungil, like he just
Yeah.
Because I was also trying to think about because like they all love to be like, what's your ideal type, da da da, and like people are like incredibly detailed. Like my ideal type is like blah da da blah 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 blah, and I'm always like, man, I don't really have like. I mean, if you look
Same.
at all the people I like nobody's like each other. It's a
Right.
vibe. So
Right.
he just walked out, and I was like, vibe.
Yeah. Okay, then we have Parkhee's son. So the host said she looked like a Barbie doll. She was a cheerleader. She does a little cheer for us in her montage.
in uniform.
Yeah, in
Mhm.
a high school cheerleading uniform, which was an interesting choice. And apparently she gets stopped on the street every 3 steps.
Every 3 steps.
Every
They're
3
like, how does she
steps.
get anywhere?
Dex can always count on Dex to be like, well, how does she like he was like, oh, well, that must take her like an hour to get 100 meters, which is classic Dex. So my first impression of her was not good. My first impression of her was inauthentic. She had this very fake smile, and she kind of did this like awkward fake giggle that I was like, God, why? And her dress was ill-fitting. So I'm not talking about her body. I just thought the dress was a bad choice.
Remind me of the dress. What
I
did
don't.
she?
Yeah.
It was the one that it was strapless, and it had these like massive like boob cups that were
It
way
did.
too
You're right.
big.
It did.
They
I kept looking at it, being like, does she have boobs in there?
And they were pointy, the cups. It was just a weird dress choice,
Thank
in
you,
my
I remember
opinion. Not her. She's beautiful. Like clearly
they're
she's
all
beautiful. It was a weird dress choice, and it was the fake smile. she fake smiled throughout like the whole first episode, and it kind of grated on me.
And
So I
see,
don't know.
to
Maybe
me,
she gets
to me,
better.
to me, I felt like that was her being nervous because they're giving these like super
is.
confident intros.
Yeah.
Because then like Goan comes in and she's like, oh gosh, she's so cute. Everybody's gonna want, like
Yeah.
you could see her insecurities coming through. So I'm gonna give her a pass on that. And
Fair.
this is where like I said, like initially I was like, oh, they're all like, I'm so great. Everybody wants me. And I'm like, this is so not relatable. But then we start to see like the crack in that veneer.
Right.
And that's what I kind of appreciate. Other than that, though, I will say because, and this is merely because we don't get as much screen time with her. I don't have much more to say about her because we don't see her much more than that.
Yeah.
Same.
She's one of like the beautiful forgettables.
Yeah.
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 In the
sadly,
first episode. In the first
yes.
episode.
She did look like a Barbie. I do have to agree. Like she kind of had like whole Barbie look. Okay, then we have Shin Hyun-woo, which to be honest, they also barely showed him. He was like the bigger guy. And I mean big, he had like really broad shoulders.
He was big.
He said he's confident. And I thought it was cute that he said how he was like, older women think I'm cute. Like I thought it was neat that he was like, noonas like me. But other than that, like we got nothing from him. I would say looks wise, he's not like my favorite maybe, but I'm eager to get to know more about him because maybe he turns out to be like super alpha and cool. So
he was cute.
Yeah.
He was cute. I'm not a beefcake person though. So
yeah, he was
I'm not either, but like there was something appealing. I actually really liked him. He might even be my number 2.
Okay.
There was just something big and meaty and like, a turkey leg.
And then we have Kim Go-on, which like the name
with that name,
with
I
a
know.
name, yeah. But it is not our Kim Go-on from K-drama. So she had a cute bob. So I think she stands out a little bit because she's got a different haircut. We don't usually have bobs on Singles Inferno. She says she loves her nose. She does have a gray nose. And I thought it was interesting. She said she's usually in relationships, but she's not right now. So I would say for me initially, I was like, okay, again, their like intro interview was always kind of like cocky, but then I actually found her really cute. I actually really liked her personality a lot. I thought she seemed very authentic. I thought like I liked it because I didn't feel like she forced herself to smile. If she like didn't want to smile, she didn't smile. And yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to like learning more about her because I'm like she could go either way. She could end up being I don't know, mischievous or something. I don't know. Or maybe she ends up being like super sweet and kind. I don't know.
Yeah, she was a surprise because we've often had like a very pretty girl that's like her personality is the very pretty girl.
Yeah.
And I felt like they like at first I'm like, are we gonna set her up to be that? Like she's just gonna be this person. Yeah, she's gonna be the one and blah blah blah. And then I was like, actually, I kind of like her.
I think she's beautiful. Yeah, I think she's beautiful.
She is.
Yeah. And she was like, I am beautiful. She's like, I am a cat with a puppy personality. And I was like, you are actually.
Yeah.
You're like a little weird puppy, but like
Yeah.
you look like this like vampy pussy cat.
I liked her.
I liked her a lot too.
And I was kind of shocked by the results of the Paradise.
Yeah, I thought everyone was gonna, and I mean, so did everybody. So did everybody. They were like, "Well, that's the person."
And this is not to say I'm upset by the people who did get picked, but like I was shocked that she was not a top.
I also thought she was going to be a top.
Well,
choice.
I have some tea,
we'll
like not tea that's spoiler tea, but just like a little tea. I think that might have impacted that because I really did think about that after, like being like, "Huh," and I have some theories, but we'll get to that person.
Okay, then we have Kim Jae-jin. Look, he's very quirky. He is very quirky, and he's allergic to raw carrots, which I just find insane.
Is that real?
I do have to admit, I feel like every time I watch a reality show in Korea, people are allergic to really weird shit. I've never heard anyone in my life say I'm allergic to raw carrots.
And raw, to like specify with raw. Is he okay if they're cooked? Like, I don't know. They ate them raw, so that was weird. But like, and this is like, I messaged you guys and said, okay, there's a weird dude.
Yeah.
On here. And like, this is And I don't mean that weird is a bad thing. Like, I want there to be weird. I want people to be different. I want people to stand out. And he was quirky as fuck.
Yeah.
And he also surprised me a lot. But yeah, in the beginning I was like, it's fine if you're allergic to raw carrots, but like, speak up. You're eating a meal with people where all there is basically raw carrots. And what was it, like canned tuna? Like, that's
Canned
it.
canned chicken breasts. Yeah.
Like, that's it. So, and to like, instead of like, he was doing like zero help in the kitchen and just walking with his hands behind his back
Hands
as he
behind
does.
the back.
Hands behind his back. And then somebody finally asked, like, you know, are you gonna help out? And he's like, I'm allergic to raw carrots.
And Dex
But
was like,
good for the host for clocking, because I was like,
did.
well, set the table. And that's what
Right.
Dex said it.
Do it.
Dex
You
is
can
like,
do
"Then set the
something. Like, because then he's like, are you allergic to spoons?
Yeah.
because Dex was a doer on his season. So everyone
He
remembers
sure
Dex.
was.
He was a doer. So Dex would have been setting the table. Dex would have been giving himself hives to cut the carrots. Like, Dex would have done it all. Yeah, look, I would say, as my impression am I interested in him? Like, because sometimes that's what I try to, like, I don't know, you try to insert yourself sometimes in reality TV shows. I would say on an entertainment level, I'm happy he's there.
Yes.
I would be his friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought
Yes.
he had a good plot twist when we got to find out more about him.
100%.
But that did not make me like more zesty towards him.
No. I like the plot twist in both his age and his profession.
Yeah. Same.
Because I was with his date and thinking that he had to have been like 35.
Yeah, he seemed, the way he walked and everything about him. But yeah, so I'm glad, because I just think he'll be an interesting character, and like, we'll get to that, but that's kind of what I want.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have Ham Ye Jin. She says she doesn't need to flirt. She just makes eye contact. I actually really liked her interview. Like, her initial interview, I actually was like, like, I kind of like her. My first impression of her was just okay. I mean, I didn't necessarily have a massive first impression of her, other than I thought her interview was cute. We're gonna get to more of her later, because she is one of the contestants that went to Paradise. So then I had more thoughts on her, but I would say my first impression of her was like, okay,
She's fine.
yeah, she's fine.
I'm same. She's fine.
Okay, then we have Woo Sung Min. He wears a matching denim set with red Vans. I can't. I can't with this outfit. I'm sorry.
The outfit was terrible.
Same. Hard
I
same.
think he's adorable. But the outfit was terrible.
A matching denim set. And shorts. I can't. That was my biggest issue. I was like, buddy, what are you wearing? What are you wearing? But he was very cute. He was like very, like, again, like, young, cute.
But he's not super young.
I know, but he looks it.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
he does
He looks way younger
kinda
than he
looks
is.
like Choi Woo-shik a little bit. But
Yes,
like,
he does have a Choi
He
Woo-shik.
kind of has that, like, young, like, cute face.
And very cute and like charming when we got to see him in Paradise. But first impression, I could like, he looked like he just
I can't.
walked out of like Carter's and his mom bought him
Stop! Carter, gosh,
like wearing his Garanimals or something.
Stop! No, Carter's. You're so right, though. Oh, his little, like, toddler set. Anyway.
I'm sorry, Sungmin. I do. I think you're adorable. I absolutely think you're adorable.
You're adorable. Just throw out the matching denim set. That's all we're asking.
And look, we don't know. Were they styled? Did they pick their own clothes for this? Like, we don't know.
I know. I think they picked their own clothes. I think
do. I think there's some styling going on. I think there's some stuff. I know you say it's not scripted, but I do think that there's stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That they want things to lean a certain way.
True. Well, whoever put him in a matching denim set, just get another job.
Whoever took him to the children's place. I'm sorry.
He also knew. That was the thing that threw me, was he kind of knew. Like, he talks about it.
He does?
He did mention his outfit, didn't he?
Yeah, he
Oh.
mentions his outfit at one point and was like, "I felt a little self-conscious." I'm like, "Yeah, buddy, I would have
Yeah.
too."
In a matching denim
That's why I'm
set.
wondering, like, did they say, "Here, put this on"?
I
Yeah.
think that they bring their own clothes though. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because they rewear stuff sometimes. I remember that from previous seasons. Okay, and then the last one is Kim Min Ji. So the hosts immediately know her. The hosts are like, okay, she's famous. She is
Yeah.
a track and field athlete. We know her. Dex is chronically online, I think. Like Dex is he's like, oh, I'm follow her on Instagram. It's like, okay, Dex. Um, and what's funny is as soon as they showed her walking and she's wearing a dress with a very high slit, so you can see basically like all of her one thigh. As soon as they showed it, I was like, and before they even mentioned, "Oh, we know her, she's a track and field athlete," I was like, "She's an athlete."
Oh, for
That is
sure.
a
All
thigh
muscle.
of an athlete. Like, it was immediately apparent to me.
Those are runner's legs, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, those there's something. You're doing
But
something
they
with those
acted, and
thighs.
so this is what I was gonna say here, is that it's one of those things where it was like, then they were like, "Ooh, there's some surprise, there's interest for her," and I'm like, "She's the famous one."
Right. I know,
Like
I know. And she's
like
gorgeous.
she's been on, like, Knowing Bros, which is, like, a very popular variety
Oh,
show.
wow, really? Yeah,
Yeah,
then why are people acting like they don't know her that are sitting
because I
there?
think you can't be like, "Oh, yeah." Like, I mean, I don't know, I was just kinda like
Okay.
So
Well,
that does make more sense why she was the popular
it just
one.
made
yeah,
sense to me why I think she
Yes,
was picked because
that
I
they
was
all
kinda
know.
surprised too, and
But it
then,
wasn't gone. Yeah.
I mean, I think she's drop dead gorgeous, but she's just, like, a little bit quirkier that I mean
she is.
but then they were like, "Oh, you're like the track and field Karina," and then I'm like, "I mean, you are too. Does that really make you quirky? Because you kinda do look like Karina from aespa."
She does. As soon as they said Karina from track and like the Karina of track and field, I was like, "Oh." And look, I do just have to mention that she was wearing flat sandals. And I was like, immediately, she's my favorite because she's not walking on that sand in heels. Like, we've talked about that before. Um, she's wearing sensible flat sandals and she looked great because her legs are so freaking muscular. Um, yeah, I immediately liked her. I thought she had a really cool personality. Like even um after they were all introduced and the little like boop 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 sound comes on and the disembodied voice of the host says, "Okay, go eat dinner or go eat lunch." I'm sorry. She kind of gets up. She's like, "Ready?" Like she's like the first one. She's like ready to go. I mean, you can tell she's probably very self-sufficient. She does things herself. Um so yeah, I guess overall did the cuz Leah, you mentioned something that you thought it didn't feel as like some of the more recent seasons. So like what are our thoughts so far on the single choices um based on episode 1?
It makes me think, are they listening to viewer feedback?
Right.
Because it got to where and I mean, again, it's not like these are the most dynamic people. There's no, like, just folks, but there's something, like, that was just so it was getting blander and blander, and it got more and more like I'm an Instagram influencer and that's all I do,
Right.
and now it's just like all these Instagram influencers just influence like, and it was just like, well, that's not fun. Like, I don't mind if you're like CEO of yourself if you've got like a thing, but it's like another thing if you're just like literally just on the ground making your bag.
Hmm.
And that's what it started to feel like it was, especially last season. And so this time I feel like we're getting back into like beautiful people, eye candy, but, like, there's a little like, I don't know, it just felt like there was something a little more dynamic. Also, their accommodation went back to being just, like, a little more simple
Hmm.
rather than being like, you're coming to this island and, like it's not they are not roughing it, let me be absolutely clear, but now they're, like, all in rooms like, they're all in one room sharing again, and, like, it just felt a little bit more basic. Their meals are basic. Like, I was just like, "Okay." Like, it just felt like it just got a little bit more simple again.
Yeah, I do think the past the one season, oh god, what the one with the basketball player, so that would have been season
Oh,
3.
mhm.
um I
That
like
guy.
season 3 because I thought that the personalities were fun. But I do think that the actual, like,
That was when the games were going off the rails, though. That was
Well,
like the chicken fights and
yeah, and also it was, like, complicated. They had, like, the different infernos, or maybe that was last season, but the one where they had, like,
no, I
different
think you're right. Yeah.
it was just a little too much. And also, they're only there for 7 freaking days. So when you start limiting people's interactions, it makes it difficult to get behind people. I just and
Or
for
for
them
them
to
to
get to
make
know each other.
connections with each other. Yeah.
Yeah, that's frustrating to me, and it seems like they're not doing that this season. And actually we'll get to something that happened at the very end of the episode, which makes me think. So one thing I never really liked too is, like, even though Dex was a game changer, so they usually call them game changers when they come in, like, not at the very beginning. And that was Dex. Dex came in after like 2 days or something like that. He was the game changer. He was a good game changer
He was.
because he was a game changer. They brought in game changers in previous seasons who were absolute duds. They were so boring. And it's like, well, then that's not a game changer. I agree. I thought the personality seemed interesting. I like it was kind of cool to have that, like, weird, quirky Jay Jin just do weird shit when he gets, brought into the circle. So, you know. Okay, so once they introduce everyone, they eat their lunch of canned chicken breasts and carrots, raw carrots, remember. We don't really get a whole lot of that, but we do see that other than Jay Jin, everyone is really trying to, like, pull their weight. They're trying to set the table. They're cutting carrots. I did notice that Sung Il, my love, he, like, folds his knuckles to cut the
When he,
carrots.
I noticed that too. I was like, is he a chef?
I think he does it a little awkward, so I don't think he's a chef, but he clearly is, like, trying to show that he's capable, which I
Mhm.
appreciate. He's just like, hey, I can cut carrots. And you know what? Thank you. Like, is that a high bar? No, but thank you for showing that you're capable and that you're not going to cut your finger off if you cut carrots. So then immediately pairing begins. So that this is when singles choose who they're going to take to paradise, which is where they want to go. They get food, a bed, all that kind of stuff. And it's basically only based on first impressions. Okay, because they barely talked. They, like, had that short lunch, and it doesn't seem like, I know, like, as a viewer, we don't really see them interacting. So it's whoever gets to choose, or the single who gets to choose who they take with them is the ones who got the most votes. So the woman who got the most votes and the man who got the most votes. And Kim Min Ji, the track and field athlete, the star, gets the most votes from the men. They don't say how many she had.
No, they don't.
Which I think is interesting. So yeah, I would say, I mean, I was also very surprised. I didn't think it would be her. And she was clearly very surprised. I actually do think her reaction was
Yeah,
very
it seemed like
genuine.
genuine surprise.
Yeah. And she chooses Sung Min, our denim clad king.
I know.
Our denim clad short king. I don't
She
know what to think.
loved it. She ate it up with a spoon.
She was
I
obsessed
think she
with
loved
him.
that he was not like he was not like the other guys.
Yeah, I mean,
Basically,
let's talk about this because so they go to paradise, and so together. So then obviously we get to have more of their interactions. Sung Min reveals that he is an optician. Actually, he says optician.
Yeah.
Is like, which I was like, oh my, like, immediately.
Like the normalist job.
That was the most exciting thing to me. I'm like, oh my God, he's a normal person with a normal job, a good, skilled job. Fine, like, thank you,
And dressed very well when he's at work.
Right. What the fuck were you wearing? And surprised because both of them are born in 1996.
Yep. I was shocked that he was 30.
I was shocked he was 32. I thought he could have been like the Maknae. I actually didn't think she was 30. I was surprised. I thought she was going to be younger. And then she was like, well, I've been a professional track and field athlete for 17 years. I was like, 17 freaking years?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Since she was a teenager. Yeah.
So what did you think about their chemistry? Because I have thoughts on their chemistry.
What chemistry?
Right.
She was very forward and very much into him, and he was not into her.
I know.
at all.
No. And
And I was like,
that
boy, you like, this is what gets me sometimes is like when you watch a man just fumble the bag and not be into like a 10 out of 10. And look, people
I
like
know.
what they like. But I was like, I was in my feels and honestly offended, being like,
Yes.
you're not matching denim
Yeah.
and you're gonna like not be impressed by this queen.
I know. I thought the
and
same thing.
she flat out was like, "You are the only one I'm in." Like, he's like, "Who are you interested to talk to when we get back?" And she's like, "No one, just you."
Which I was like, girl, you got to be interested in other people. Please open up,
And
girl.
I hope she will be, because again, I will say I liked him when they first started talking, and I still like him. Like, I think he's cute.
Mhm.
I like it better knowing that he is a little bit older. Um, to me, that makes him even cuter. Like, that you can have that baby face and be a little bit older. But then to watch him have virtually no interest in this amazing, beautiful woman who picked him and brought him to paradise on day one was very disappointing.
And I didn't find him charming. I didn't find him very charming. And then he said, this is kind of what got me, because she was like, I like cute guys. And it's like, yeah, because she's probably been around macho bros her whole life.
Uh-huh.
And I found it interesting. This is what's because she was very nervous around like even when they were like
She couldn't
hold
even hold his
hands.
hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was very nervous. So I think dating for her maybe I don't know, maybe she hasn't dated a lot. I don't know. I thought it was interesting when they get to paradise and she's cutting the steak. And I've never seen anyone cut a steak the way she did.
Standing up.
Well, and she was holding the fork really weird. And she looks at him because he's like, do you need help? And she looks at him and she goes, no, I like doing things for myself. And I thought to myself, do you really, or are you just so used to doing things by yourself? And would you
Yeah.
actually probably like him to do it for you? Like, and I don't mean that she doesn't know herself. I think she was like, she's trying to be this, she's always been this, like, and like this, again, this is massively like, oh, like I could be totally off base, but it just seems like she's probably done a lot for herself, all by herself. She's been independent. She does things for herself all the time. And maybe she does just want like a cute guy to like do things for her. And I guess part of me was kind of like, he didn't take that initiative at all. And he wasn't, because she was like, I like guys that act cute too. And he was like, oh, well, that's not me.
That was,
And I was
hated
immediately
that.
like,
I
well,
hated
now
that.
me too. And I was also like, you're not actually.
No, she said I'm very affectionate. And he's like, I'm not.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, that too. It was just,
The
he
vibes
fumbled
were
it.
there was just no vibes. Like
Yeah.
he I don't even think he fumbled it. He just was never going to be into it for whatever reason.
I just don't
Yeah.
want her to put all her energy towards somebody who
Yeah,
is never gonna give her what she wants.
I will tell you right now, I shipped, well, of course, I love Sung Il. He was my favorite from the beginning. I shipped them. Like, I mean, I don't know. But I would say, though, once she started talking in Inferno, I was like, I don't know if they'll be compatible. So I'm kind of curious to see how it plays out. Because she
And I
definitely had
was
an
missing
interesting personality. Like,
and
she,
I'm missing some nuance because they kept talking about her personality and like how it was kind of off-putting, and I was like, maybe I'm just an off-putting person. I'm not seeing the issues.
I found her extremely charming. I
Yeah.
found her honest. I found her kind of quirky and sweet. I found her playful. I found her almost like a little innocent. So if those are off-putting, I don't know what to say.
She's
Yeah.
just straightforward. And
She, yeah,
that was one thing that I commented on when we were talking in our chat earlier today, is I did not like how all the hosts too were like, the guys probably aren't gonna pick her because she's too forward. She's
Yeah.
too, and I was like, I think she's got the most personality of anybody that we've seen so far.
yeah, she had so much personality.
But then I was thinking
adored
like
her.
Dex went after like kind of a like, a weaker, like they like whatever.
They go for these like blank slates a lot, and I feel so bad. I shouldn't say that, but some of the
Yeah,
guys are
no,
blank slates
I
too.
think a water bottle
Yeah,
There you
heroine.
go.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, not much more of a compliment than blank slate, but
I know. Okay, so we'll see, because we only got like we didn't get much of the date for
right.
either of the Paradise couples. We just get like kind of the beginning where they're eating. So the next couple, so Kim Jae-jin, our weird, quirky dude, I don't know what magic he's doing.
I want to know how many votes there. I want to know how
I
many
think
votes.
it's just the two. And then the
Same.
others were split. So Kim Jae-jin, our weird dude, got the most votes, and he chose Ham Ye-jin, which I think was a good pick for him. I actually thought that like at the time when they like left, I was like, that's a good pick. I'm actually interested to see like where this goes. And that's when they reveal their ages and occupations. So, Jae-jin surprisingly is a modern dancer, and that took me out. That was the last thing.
And like a very good one. Like
A
his little
very
dance
good
montage,
dancer.
I was like, okay, buddy.
And he is 98, right?
So was born in 98. And she is born, Ye-jin was
She's
born
96.
96. And she is a freelance announcer, which I also really like. It's a real job. Like, she's not an Instagram model. She is a real job. Okay. Like, I thought it was cool. She was like, I do sporting events. I do blah, 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 blah. Which it was like, as soon as then, I thought it was cool that he guessed what she did. Like, he's like, it has to do with talking. I don't know Korean, but I'm also going to assume she had really good diction. Like, she had really good pronunciation. That's probably why he kind of guessed too. But she was born in 96, which makes her 2 years older. And this is one part of this conversation that got really weird for me. She made it seem like he was 22 years old. He was born in 98. So he's like,
2 years.
2 years younger than her. Also, P.S., can they just say their ages? Why are they making us do math? I don't want to do fucking math. Just say your damn ages.
I think that's like the Korean thing of like, though, like,
I know it is.
It's by year. Yeah. It's your birth, because it's your birth year, because you don't.
I am not knocking the cultural significance.
I know, but I have to math it out every time. I use BTS as my proxy, and I'm like, okay, you're 1 year younger than Jungkook.
I do the same thing. I know AT's the Matt's the two oldest Matt's line. They're 98, and so I know how old they are. They were born, and so that's how I do it too. I have to math it, but I'm like, God, but
you know how else you can do it?
What?
She's 96. It's 2026.
I know.
And then I just do the math from there. I was like, she's 30. He's 28.
Why are they making me do basic math though? I don't even want to do basic math. But did it strike you as weird that she acted like he was so much younger than her? And he's only
she was a little nervous at first. She's like, oh my gosh, you should call me Noona then. Like,
yeah. But I was like, it's only 2 years.
I was pretty like, their chemistry was kind of like a weird vibe to me.
It was weird. And also, I also think that in South Korea, they think of age differently than we do, because we don't have honorifics and stuff like that. True. So it doesn't matter to us when somebody's younger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe that's it. She just didn't want, maybe. That makes sense. Yeah. Because she got weird then, and he called her on it, which I actually, he was like,
because he's like, what should I call you? Like, Miss? Like,
yeah.
It's like, okay, kinky.
Yeah, but because her demeanor did change, and I think he called her on it. I still think maybe they could come back from it, but I don't know. It was a little strained after that.
It was strange, but it wasn't terrible. Like, it wasn't like Minji being like, you're the only one I like, and I like men I like being affectionate, and he's like, well, I don't.
Yeah,
like, very clearly trying to tell her, I don't like you like me.
And like, did you notice the date just stopped? They were like, and we're done. Like, I guess, like, I was like, what else? Like, what else did you all do? Like, it was just like,
right.
Okay.
I know.
Like for the first episode, like once that happened, I felt like they just like, were like, well, nothing's going to happen there. Like,
nothing more to see here.
Yeah. So then they flash back to 3 hours earlier in Inferno. And what do we have but 2 more contestants arriving? And then it cuts to credits. So we don't know who they are yet. I'm thrilled. I am so thrilled that I really love that they chose that. I think I don't love bringing in people after like 3 days. I don't think it's effective. It's other than Dex. But again, Dex is Dex.
That's lightning in a bottle. You cannot repeat. Dex.
Yeah. So he was the only.
They always call it like what's the stealer, the game changer. And the
Yeah.
game changer never changes the game.
No, only Dex did. And they keep trying to recreate it and bring in these game changers, and it never works. Remember the one with the basketball player, the season 3, they brought in that girl, and she just ended up causing like it just didn't work. It didn't work. So I think if you're going to bring in more contestants, bring them in earlier. I thought that was but I kind of like them bringing the 2 in at the end. I thought that was neat. I think you're still not like missing out on like days of like
Right,
people
like not
getting
much
to know each other.
happened. They're just
No.
getting to know each other.
So I'm super stoked.
And I'm glad they didn't do like the 2 separate islands this time. Like, remember last time they had,
that
like,
was
the 2
I
separate,
hated
they
that.
tried to make it too complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, like get back to basics.
And then would switch islands and stuff. Yeah.
I didn't like the switching.
Yeah, no, get back to basics and just give us good characters.
Yeah, that's all we've wanted. Just give us like, and this is entertainment, yes, and everyone knows it's entertainment. The singles know it's entertainment. So like, just bring in good personalities. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm really excited about the 2 that are coming at the end. They showed a brief glimpse of the guy. He's hot as hell. Very excited to find out about him. So yeah, I mean, do you have any favorites? I don't know. Anyone that you want to see like chat, like meaning like any couples that you want to see chat.
As I say, I don't know. I don't have any favorites yet. Especially I don't have any favorites with the guys, I should say. Like I still feel like they need to grow on me.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have liked I would have liked Sungmin a lot more had he behaved differently on this date, because I really thought he was cute.
Yeah.
But no. Look, I'm gonna be really basic here. I really like Go On. I think she's adorable.
She's great.
I want to see more from her. I want to see her go on a date and see how that is.
Yeah, my big thing is I need to see Sung Il. Like he basically didn't even interact. I haven't even seen him interact with a woman. Like we need
to see him interact.
I'm actually kind of dying to see him interact with one woman. I just want to see how he does. I want to see if he's charming. He seems
I want to see what he looks like if he has his hair down.
They showed it a little bit in the montage and it was pretty hot. Like I
think I will really like it, because I think he's very good looking, but I am distracted by how low his hairline is when his hair is up.
So
like I feel like that's all I'm looking at. And look, the guy, it's not a bad thing. Like the guy is never gonna go bald, and he should feel very lucky about that. But yeah, I feel like I want to see it down.
Yeah.
So I'm not distracted.
I'm not gonna say anything because I'm 4 in, and so
yeah. But you're enjoying it at 4 in?
It has not lost me.
Good. Okay. Good.
That's good.
Okay. So let's see what happens. I would say, look, there's enough personalities already that I'm like ready to see what happens. It helps, I think, that I have like some favorites among like Sung Il's my favorite guy, and then Minji and Go On are my favorite girls.
Yes,
I think they are really bursting with personality, and I'm really excited to see what they do. So let's do this.
One thing I did want to question and ask if either of you were thinking about this too. So when they had like the most popular girl gets to pick a date and the most popular guy gets to pick a date, so they couldn't pick each other.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that too, actually. But then when they announced the 2 people, I was like, I don't think she was ever gonna choose Jaejin.
No, but I'm just saying, like, what it, what if?
Because I really wanted her.
But they have to like make their, they do their cutoff somewhere, and there's always going to be like, you can circle back to each other at some point. But yeah, if they were star-crossed lovers, it would have been compelling if they had been like eyeing each other and then they were both separate and had to like pick against.
That would have
But
been
we
cool.
didn't get that vibe at all.
No,
like,
not at all.
Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, so we will keep watching, don't you worry, and we will do a deep dive
of the full,
once it's over. So the first there'll be more episodes by the time you listen to this. So I think 4 episodes are out now. Then they release probably 1 weekly. Sometimes they do 2. It just depends. It's all on Netflix. So
they're long episodes. Like I looked, episode 2 is 90 minutes. So you gotta hunker down.
I'm so excited. Okay, well that's what we're gonna be doing this week. Other than buying BTS tickets. So we hope You're watching Singles Inferno along with us. We'll do a deep dive when it's over. And yeah, that's it for tonight.
See you next time.
안녕.
안녕.
감사합니다. Thank you for listening to Afternoon of Delight. Where can you find us outside the pod? Head on over to afternoonadelight.com. That's AFTERNOONADELIGHT.com. You'll find links to all our social media, our book recs, K-pop and K-skincare recs, and if you want even more Afternoon of Delight, because really who doesn't, you can join our Patreon, where you can choose the patron level that's right for you. Join in daily K-drama conversations, listen to bonus podcast episodes just for patrons, and participate in our monthly live K-drama support group via Zoom. We can't wait for you to be a part of the community. Until next time, annyeong!